Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Crush. So let's talk about Charles Barkley getting ready to retire from TV after the end of the 2024-25 season. And this is bittersweet, man, because I can't imagine TNT without Charles Barkley. Inside the NBA with Shaq, Ernie, and Kenny Smith, they make a great team, man. And just the thought of Charles retiring is definitely bittersweet. But all good things must come to an end. That's just the way the universe works. Nothing is going to last forever. It's impossible. They have a great show going. Everybody loved that show. All the personnel, every single person brings something to the show, and you put them all in a pot, and it's a great show, man. But if you want to talk about the clown, the comedian of the show, that's Charles, man. That's Chuck. The dude is just funny. If you watch that show, you know Charles is going to say something that's going to put a smile on your face. You're going to bust out laughing because this dude is just a funny dude, man. He's charismatic and he's just a funny person. So, he will definitely be missed. The good news, we are in the future. You have YouTube. So if you enjoy seeing Charles on the show, when he leaves, you could always go back, rewatch some old clips, replay some montage of him. His funny moments, his funniest moments, just him being him. Charles is Charles, man. That guy can't be replaced, and he's an iconic figure, man, on the court and in the media space. Charles is an iconic figure. He's been around a long time, just a great human being, a great person, very blunt, honest. That's the one thing with Charles. He's going to say what it is. Sometimes he might go out on the deep end. And Ernie got to pull him back in a little bit because sometimes Charles, he goes a little far, but that's who he is, man. He's a blunt person, no filter, basically. And we all know he's definitely a staple in the NBA community and in the broadcast space. This man been broadcasting over 25 years, man. He's a familiar face. If you watch basketball, at one point or another, you saw Charles. He's a very familiar, recognizable face. And I wonder what the show is going to be like without him because, like I said, he brings so much to the show. Just his character, his personality, him being himself, he brings so much to that show. The show is still going to be great regardless, but Charles brings the humor, man. The bluntness and the humor. And him and Shaq is always fighting. They're always getting into it back and forth. They love each other, of course, but they always bump heads. Pause. So him retiring is going to be bittersweet, man. But he have given us some great years, man, talking about basketball, covering the sports, covering all the teams, the games, calling players out when they be on their bullshit, their antics, and just being a solid person, man, in the media space, in the NBA media space. So this is what Charles Barkley had to say. I've been thinking, guys, I want to say this because you guys are my family. I really love TNT. All the people who work here, NBA television. You guys have been great to me for 25 years. And I just want to say thank you to my entire NBA family. I love you guys. There's been a lot of noise around our network the last few months. And I just want to say, I've talked to all the other networks, but I ain't going nowhere other than TNT. But I have made a decision myself. No matter what happens, next year is going to be my last year on television. And I just want to say thank you to all my NBA family. You guys have been great to me. My heart is filled with joy and gratitude. But I'm going to pass the baton at the end of next year. I hope the NBA stays with TNT, but for me personally, I wanted you guys to hear from me. So that's what Chuck had to say, covering the NBA Finals. He announced his retirement, coming next season. It's the grand finale. So the great Charles Barkley, great on the court, great in the media space. He's going to wrap it up, and go live the rest of his life. Enjoy the next chapter of his life. And I respect it, man. This man been great for the media space, great for the league, great at talking sports, honest, funny as hell. Like I said, every time I watch the show, he puts a smile on my face because he always says something random and it's funny as hell. Or he'll roast somebody, some fan who tweeted something and he'll say something about their mother Not disrespectful, but the man just have humor, man. He's a witty guy, charming. He has humor. We're gonna miss the guy. I'm gonna miss him because when I turn on TNT, when I tune in to watch Inside the NBA, I always look forward to seeing Charles because they're all great, but he's my favorite on the show because of how funny he is, blunt. He's a direct person, and I'm a direct person. I'm gonna call it for what it is. And it's funny enough, a few weeks ago, months ago, there were speculations about, the NBA broadcasting rights and what's going to happen to Inside the NBA and all this. And fast forward to now, and Charles Barkley is retiring. I don't know if those two tie in with each other. Plus, Charles Barkley, he went off on the network. He was in his emotion because, he's been there a long time. And he spoke his mind. He spoke his piece. And I don't know if all this ties into why he's retiring, but either way, man, we're going to miss him. Best wishes to him on his next chapter in his life and his journey. But as always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. Holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.